Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is John F. Thomas, and I am one of the new hosts for Fly Nubian Kings. I'm very excited to be here. Sorry, I just wanted to just make sure I got everything here right. I'm going to be talking about the topic of Nipsey Hussle, since that's really a hot topic lately. So, for everybody that's coming in, while I get everything together, I want you all just to make sure you like the video, so that way we can get the scene a lot. And also, for those following, please subscribe to FlyNubianQueen.com, the network for melanated women like yourselves, for the women who are watching this. So, I want to just make sure that we get all that together. So just get yourself situated. Make sure you like, so everybody can see this. And I'm going to get everything set up while we wait for a few people to come into the room. And we're going to be talking about Nipsey Hussle. It's going to be a really interesting topic for sure. I hope all y'all doing good. Hope you had a good week so far starting out. So let me just make sure that everything is fine. Also, just to reiterate, I'm one of the newest Fly Nubian Kings on this network. So make sure you subscribe to Fly Nubian King TV, our growing network for men like yourselves, melanated men. Excuse that, somebody's being very rude. But okay, so I think we're good to go. So I just wanted to go ahead and start touching on the whole Nipsey Hustle topic. I'm gonna go ahead and start off by saying that I don't really, I haven't followed him that much before uh, his untimely passing, unfortunately. So which is very sad. I remember when that was happening, and like I said, it was a very sad time, because especially, I mean, just for somebody to die anyway in the prime of their life when he was like 33, and it was really a sad moment, because no one should be cut down that young. I know a lot of us are cut down young, especially those in the black community, and it's very unfortunate. But just for him to be doing so much, and he had a young child. Like I hate seeing that, especially for those, because so many of our men are taken away from the children, especially the men who are trying to be involved in their kids' life. And it's just like, dang, it's hard to keep them around, because either we're getting killed by police or we're getting killed by each other. And this stuff is ridiculous, man. It really needs to stop. But what I wanted to really touch on, and like I was saying, this the title of this is to the Nipsey and all of us, is reiterating that, yeah, I didn't really follow his music. I heard about him. I heard about Nipsey and everything. Oh yeah, he's bumping, and I saw some things about him doing those documentaries on Dr. Sebi and things like that. And I was just like, okay, that's cool. Like, I don't really know who this guy is, and I'm in LA, so I've heard about him, but I was just like, what's a Nipsey Hustle? So I wasn't really paying attention. But after his untimely passing, I think I saw a video before he passed, but especially afterwards, I looked at his interview that he was giving about staying focused and going after what you want. Actually, what really drew me to him is when there was this video up, and the guy was talking about, oh, so you're not really into the jewelry, you're not into all of this stuff. And he was just like, yeah, man. He was like, I mean, cool for those who are doing it, but just like you said, they depreciate. They have no value. You can't really take that and sell it. And even if you do try to sell it, you're not going to get the same amount that you put into it. So, and he was talking about like investing and owning property, like being an owner, really being a boss. Like all this other stuff you see when people wearing chains and got cars and stuff like that, that's not being a boss, man. That's just being a follower. You're a follower, and you own nothing, because even the car you drive off of the lot, it's losing its value. You can't really do much with it. I mean, we love our cars as being in the black community. We do, myself included, but that's not really something that's gonna really hold value. The only value it has is getting you from point A to point B. Honestly, that's just the only value that it really has. Other than that, it loses, it depreciates. It constantly depreciates to where you get really nothing off of what you put into it. You can spend 30,000 on a car, and I know a lot of like 30,000. Some people are like, man, I ain't spending 30,000. 20,000. You put 20,000 into this car just to eventually sell it, and maybe you get half. Probably even less than that. You probably can sell it for like 4,000, and that's horrible. It's just like why are we always the ones that's getting the short end of the stick? And the thing that I really appreciate about Nipsey is that he's thinking ahead. He's thinking further. Actually, I think what really made me resonate with him is that I kind of relate the stuff that he was doing or things that I wanted to do. Excuse me, those are the things I really wanted to do. And if I didn't move to LA, I probably would have been doing the same thing on the business side, on the entrepreneurial side of what he was trying to do. I probably would have been doing the same thing, man. Like, because I had a lot of money saved up to come out here to LA, but I also had an idea to really try to get some property. I mean, I was looking at some property. I had a friend of mine that was trying to get into like owning some property and renting some places out, buying a house, just renovating it and renting it out. And I was really looking into that, like right before I moved out here. But being in LA is really expensive. The cost of living, you talk to anybody out here who doesn't have any family or anything, like it's hard to save money because rent is so high, gas is so high, and on top of that, then you have your bills and then student loans if you have those, and it's just like it's so much that you can barely save it, especially rent. Rent takes so much. But anyway, I digress. I was wanting to do a similar thing that Nipsey was doing: buy a place, renovate it in the community, not really outside the community, but in the community. Buy a location in the community and renovate it, and actually have something that people can be proud of, and to welcome us, and to actually show like, hey, this is how we can run a business here. Really, ultimately bringing back the Black Wall Street. That's what I wanted to do. Try to at least help. I'm not saying I'm going to be the only one, but take part into bringing back a Black Wall Street. So because we can all have our own Black Wall Streets wherever we live. It's just trying to get to that point of really making sure that you have your ducks lined up in a row. You're working with the right people who share the same vision as you, and helping others. I was talking about employing my own cousins who had a cleaning service, employing other family members to make sure to look at my business just in case I couldn't be there. Hey, make sure everything's good. Whatever. Giving us jobs, giving your own jobs, and trying to have something that they can be proud of. So it's like, hey, here's a job. You don't have to look to the streets. You don't have to sell drugs. You don't have to rob this person. I have a job for you. I'll pay you. So that was my goal prior to moving out here. It's still my goal, but because I wasn't able to, it's so hard to hold on to money out here because of the high cost of living. So that has kind of derailed my plans. But even listening to Nipsey, he's talked about, just like what his thing is, the marathon continues. And the thing I love about that is that even though I've gone through these things, don't let it knock you too hard. It makes you stronger. You just come back, just basically be more focused. And I love that. I love that. And it's very beautiful that not only was he talking about stuff, even in his song and his music, he was talking about things that touched back to the streets, but he was also talking about ownership. He was talking about being your own boss, and like not I got money and I can pop champagne, not that kind of a boss, but a real boss where you own your own your own business. You can increase the stock in your business. It has value, you know, and you can give back to your community. You can give back to your people to where they don't have to beg somebody else for something. Now we own that. We're in control of that. You know, so that's what I really resonated with him on that because it's like, man, that's what's up, man. And even he wasn't even on the biggest stage in his acting career. I mean, not acting, in his rapping career, but he was headed there. I mean, he was doing it his own way. It was a longer process, but that's the stuff I really respect about him. I wanted to play this because I thought this was really interesting. So I'm going to share this screen. Just bear with me so I can get this pulled up. But I thought this was really interesting. Let's see if I can get this popped up here. And also for those who are just now tuning in, just make sure that you subscribe to FlyNumiaKingTV.com, like a growing network for men. So please do that. Also, everybody just make sure you like and share this video so that way other people can see this. I want y'all to really know and to let's have this conversation, you know, like some positive conversation about what's going on and things like that. I know it's a very tragic thing that happened with Nipsey, but let's highlight the good of what can come out of this if we take the good that comes with, unfortunately, this tragic event. But you know, there's sunlight at the end of the tunnel. So I wanted to share this.
I'm conscious that there's an intentional pushback and allowing that we could unpack each one of those people that look like me. Yeah, I'm supposed to be in jail or dead. It's a whole prison complex. You know what I'm saying? Then you think about as an artist, there's a business model that exists in the music industry to prevent you from having ownership, prevent you from being a partner in the lion's share of your profit. The value is created in content. When I think of us as hip hop artists, we create content. We don't have a wide product line. You go to Disneyland, they got tons of products, beers, at Disney, Mickey, everything. And so that's the vision behind the Marathon store. It was more natural and it resonated at a higher frequency to put it on Crenshaw Slauson just because of the influence that corner, the hustling on that corner that I was 15. We all started right there. We popped the trunk and just running on that corner from kids. Had to fight before we hustle, and it made us tough. Early 90s neighbors rooster used to wake us up. Mama had a bucket and a shack, we ain't make a fuss. You know, I was curious and passionate early about this creativity and you know, being productive. And out of frustration, I fell into the street.
Okay, so I just wanted to share that because I just felt that was really important because just like you were saying, he has a vision. So, I mean, that's all it takes is vision. It's like so many of us, we have this vision that we kind of give up on just because of our surroundings. And I get it, you know, I get it. It can be tough because the surrounding that you live in, it doesn't reflect what you want. And then on top of that, you know, you're doing so much to try to just make ends meet. Like, how can you even have the time to do what you're trying to do? And even with that, you have people around you who probably aren't being just that supportive of what you're trying to do, which is a positive thing. And it's a good thing, you know, that you're trying to do. It's not like you're out here trying to do something foul or you're trying to hurt anybody. But, you know, sometimes it's hard to find the support. So just like how he came out with his Project Victory Lap, you know, it's a marathon. The marathon is still going to have to continue. Yeah, he's doing his victory lap, but he still has to push forward. You still have to push forward. And so I wanted to, like, type of this video to speak to the Nipsey and all of us because there is something we can do to give back. Whether there's something small, is trying to be a mentor to somebody else to help them, to be teachers. Teachers don't even get enough credit. We need more black male teachers. I can say that from experience because when I used to substitute teach, it was like an anomaly to kind of see me there. And because my parents were both teachers, I knew how to interact with the kids. I wasn't perfect, you know, in doing that, not by any means. But I'm the kind of person where I can kind of like dip in and out of any profession, and I'm adequate at doing that. You know, I'm pretty good. So I remember when I was substitute teaching people, like, oh, you should teach, you should do this, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I have my own goals, my own visions. But being in that, I can see that we do need more male mentors, and I'm seeing a shift happen, and I'm glad about that. I'm just hoping that the shift sticks and it stays, because there needs to be more of us out there doing positive things. And you don't have to be just full, because there's a lot of people that feel as though you have to, it's either one or the other, be 100% churchy, and then or you just in the streets, you're just doing ratchet, crazy, ignorant stuff. And it's just like, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be either or. I mean, it's like when we had to vote for the president, it's like either you're Democrat or Republican. It's like, I can be independent, you know. So it's like, I don't have to be either or. And the same with this, you don't have to be either or. You can be in the church and you can do all this stuff, but also you have to understand how to reach younger people, because you were once there too. You weren't really trying to hear all this, that, and the other. You have to speak to them at their level, relate to them. You know, and that's a part of this. We have to get out of ourselves in order to empathize and sympathize with somebody else, and to be able to touch and connect with them. So the thing that I really appreciate about Nipsey is that he had enough sympathy and empathy to where he was just like, I want to give back to my community. It's not just about me and music and putting out my music, but he was also putting messages in his music. You know, just like what you heard, he was like, you know, being a black boss, owning our own stuff. He's not just out here just talking about, you know, like popping bottles and throwing $100 bills and girls shaking their butts all over the place. I mean, that happens, but that's not what's important. That's just extracurricular activities. You know what I'm saying? That's not something that's you can't pass that on to your kids. Like, you know, hey, I had all these women shaking their booties all around me. Make sure you give them $20. That's some advice I'm gonna give to your son. It's like, you can't pass that on. Like, what? Like, how's that gonna help your son become a better person? You know, how is it gonna help your son? How are you going to help generate wealth on down the line to make things better for your kids? I mean, so I say one thing that I would do. I know it's tough for all of those people that's out there who are trying to do things. Try to take a percentage out of your check, you know, and put that aside. Open up another bank account and put that aside. Open up a savings account and just take 10% out of each check that you get. You know, there's something small to where you're not really missing it, and just put it in there. After a while, and just make sure this is an account that you're not gonna touch. And I don't want this to be an account where you're just like, oh man, I need some new tires. Well, I got that money, that savings account. I was gonna use it for something else. No. You have to have. Now, this is where the discipline has to kick in. You have to have some discipline. You can have your regular savings account for the rainy days, you know. But I would advise having a different account to where you just putting that little 10% in there, and it's like you don't even see it. Actually, you probably even forget about it. I promise you, a year later, you're gonna look into that account and like, hey, I got like $800, you know, just sitting there. And that's money that you can pull out for your own business if you want to do, you know, if you want to create your own business, and you should. So speaking of that, I'm gonna pause. So all those people who are in this video and you're listening, I want you to hit the like button. Hit the like button. Everybody, please hit the like button. This will get this video seen. This will get all of us out here more, and have this message be pushed out more for the people who need to see it and need to hear this. So just make sure you're hitting the like button. Also, since I'm talking about money, if you want to learn how to manage your money, go subscribe at flynubianmoney.com. So if you're sitting there thinking like, I don't even know how to deal and manage my money, go to flynubianmoney.com. That'll help you. Follow Dr. Boyce Watkins. He's going to be talking about how to manage your money, how to save, how to invest, all these different things. He has so many different programs at a very reasonable price. And you're going to be saving a lot of money if you go study with him in comparison to going to a school or to a college. Not saying that you shouldn't go, but you're going to get the best bang for your buck. Like, you might as well try to, you know, put some money in with him so that way you can be ahead of the game And then just think what you can do from that point. Even the more that you learn after that, you're gonna be a beast. So that's definitely try have that initiative, have that motivation. I want to motivate you to let's change. Let's all tap into the Nipsey within us all, and to look past the trees, look at the forest. And yeah, we all might not make it. You know, I mean, I hope I do. I really do hope I do. And I pray that none of us have to go through that kind of thing that Nipsey went through, or even any of our other brothers or sisters are going through. I know that we will, but I'm praying and I'm sending out these positive vibes to all of us that we can rise up together. We support each other, and that's what we need to do. Support each other. You saw the support that Nipsey was getting, so we can do the same thing. All you have to do is believe and get the people, a few people around you. You don't even need the multitudes, the millions, to be behind you at first, because all you need is a few. And then after a while, you know, people will start seeing your vision. So definitely dig down into the Nipsey within you. Try to really sit down and write out, what are your goals? What are you trying to do? Like, what? Okay, how are you going to do it? I mean, because a lot of people, I want to open up this kind of shop and open it. Okay, so what are you doing to do that? You know, and it's not me like being a jerk or being mean or whatever, but like seriously, what are you doing to do that? Even if it's something small, you don't have to like open up this and open up a building, buy a building tomorrow. You don't have to do that. Even if it's something small, like, man, I'm putting money aside. I'm putting the 10% or whatever. I'm putting it back into my savings account so that way I can grab from that and put it into my business. Because you need money. You need some kind of finances to support your dreams, you know? So, I mean, not some things you don't necessarily need money, but most things you need money. So you need money, and not everybody is going to want to support you. Some people are good. They can be like, hey, you need this money, go fund me, blah, 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 blah. Or a lot of people are doing like this Cash App thing now, give some money in my Cash App. That's not always going to be there, unfortunately. I mean, because you might not be able to sway those people like that. Start saving money for yourself. You know, be your own supporter, be your own cheerleader. You know, and then you're going to find people who, even if it's one person who believes in you, maybe they'll be like, hey, man, look, I'm going to give you 500 for your business, whatever you tell them that you're trying to do. And they see what you're doing. It's like, hey, okay, I want to plant that seed into your business. So let's start doing that. Let's start doing things, great things. Cause like Nipsey Hussle's legacy isn't going to be his music. It's going to be what he gave back. It's going to be the message that he provided, that he spoke to all of us. And that message resonates because you see, and it's crazy for those Nipsey Hussle fans out there. Yeah, look, please don't go out there and try to, knock on other people. Man, you wouldn't even listen to Nipsey. Like, who cares? That doesn't matter. Nipsey doesn't care about that. I'm pretty sure Nipsey doesn't care if this person wasn't listening to my music. The thing that he's gonna care about is, did I motivate you? Did I inspire you to become your own boss? And if that's from me doing an interview, great. That's perfect. If I can inspire one person to do something, I mean, even like with me, I'm pursuing acting, but me acting, that might not inspire somebody to do something, but maybe from me doing this video, maybe that'll inspire you. Maybe from me going out to speak somewhere, maybe that will inspire you. But, maybe it's not even going to be my acting. Maybe me even just having a conversation randomly with somebody, maybe that's going to inspire them. And it's all about your legacy. What impact did you leave? And think about that. I want everybody to think about that. What impact have you left? Well, will you have left once you're gone? Yeah, I mean, it's one thing for people, man. Yeah, this person was a hustler and he was grinding and all. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. But who did you help? Were you able to help your family and like really with the bills, to add some relief to them? Were you able to really create something for your son, for your daughter, for your grandkids? I mean, you have to start thinking forward, because it's not just about, we're not going to be here forever. We're not. So instead of just living for self, I mean, I guess in the Christian sense, we should start also living for others. And I'm not saying just do everything for everybody, but do what you can with what you have. you know. And even if it's something small, like I said, that's fine. That's fine. You start small and you start getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then next thing you know, you're gonna look back 5, 10 years and like, man, I remember and I was just talking about this thing. Now I'm doing it. I'm doing so much more. I was just over here just helping tutor kids and whatever math and that, now look at me. I'm doing this. I'm opening up businesses. I'm providing great customer service in our own community. I bought our own hair salon. I bought a hair shop, a hair product shop. So that way we don't have to go to Asian people to buy products for Black people. You know what I'm saying? So we need to start thinking forward and really get out of this jealousy, this crab in the bucket mentality. That's for the birds, man. I mean, that's why Nipsey is dying out. And there's some people probably saying there's something more to that, and maybe so. But at the end of the day, it's the crab in the bucket mentality, like that lack of unity. And unfortunately, it's taking another soldier, it's taking another hero, another person that's larger than life that had a message and preached this message, not really preached this message, but spoke this message, but in a very relatable way for people. It took him being a martyr for people to galvanize, to get motivated, to want to do something with their life because, like, tomorrow isn't promised. And I want to at least, if I was to die tomorrow, I want to at least be like, hey, I was setting some stuff up to at least try to get something going. I was trying. Other than, I get to it eventually. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And you shouldn't want to do that either. So let's not let Nipsey's death be in vain. We should celebrate his life, celebrate what he was trying to teach us in a sense. And also so that way he didn't have to, no other kids would have to do what he wanted to do. Even like the small, the considerate thing that he did when he had the gym, not the gym, but the basketball court, painted. Basically, he kind of renovated that. He just brought an artist in, and he did that for the kids. And it was just like, I mean, and that in itself, it's just kind of like, and if you think about it, just think if your room is junky, right? Your room is junky, it's cluttered. Because of that, almost in a sense, you really can't think. Now think about how you feel when you clean up your room. How do you feel? And please comment below. How do you feel when you clean up your room? Do you feel like you can breathe now? Or like when you wash it, how do you feel when you wash your car? You like, oh man, you feel like you can breathe, you can stretch, you can think, cleaning out your car. All these things, I say this because if we even just take the time to, like tap into the Nipsey within ourselves and just go into our hood. And because I remember a friend of mine, we were going about, and we're probably gonna start picking this up soon. I really do want to start doing this again. But we were just going out and just cleaning up trash in neighborhoods that we didn't even live in. Went to Inglewood, all these other places. And these people come out like, hey, what y'all doing? We're like, oh man, we're just cleaning up. I'm like, why y'all doing it? Just make sure y'all, got a clean area. No reason. Like we're not doing this and nobody's paying. And they're like, anybody paying y'all to do that? No, nobody's paying us, man. It's just we, trying to give back. Because you stay in this area so long that you start to lose hope. But if you start to just clean up and try to, change things like what Nipsey did, just did that thing to the basketball court for the kids. How much hope it gave them. They were happy. Now think you going to the basketball court. Oh man, this is dope. Oh, look at this. Oh, I'm about to school you. Oh man, I'm about to break them ankles. So you're happier. You're happier. It's almost like you're at a different place now. So there's so many different things we can do to try to give back to our own communities. So let's do that. Let's do that no matter what it is. Like I said, no matter how small it may be. Even for that was small. Because you know what? What a thing I noticed, because, and I'm thankful because I was able, and thankful, I thank God for my parents for allowing me to want to go out and see more things and know that there is a life outside of, you know, what we grew up in. Which I grew up in the suburbs, but I often went back to the hood because that's where my family was at. That's where my older brothers grew up at. So we would often go back, and I would see that. But then I'd also see, you know, how things are in other places. Like, oh, how clean this place is! Wow, it's so clean. So with LA, they have these things called street sweepers, where they'll come if your car is parked at this place during a time that they designated shouldn't be there. They'll give you a ticket. So that kind of motivates people to move their cars. So if you move your car, the street sweeper can come in and clean that side of the street. Then on the next day, they do the same thing for the other side of the street. Move your car between 10 and 12. If your car's there, you're getting a $70 ticket. You're gonna move your car. So you move your car and the street sweeper come back down and clean that side of the street. The area is clean. So all the trash and stuff that builds up, it looks clean. And guess what? Because of that, people want to be there. People want to do business there. Kids want to play there. You feel better. You feel good. So why don't we have that in Inglewood? Why don't we have that in Crenshaw? Why don't we have that in any of the places where it's more of a congregation of Black people? That's just because they're not putting the money into our neighborhoods to make sure our neighborhoods are clean for us. And we shouldn't have to depend on them to do that. We can do that ourselves. It's a Saturday, you're not really doing much, you're not going anywhere. You and some friends get together, like, hey man, hey, let's get some sticks or whatever, you know, with the pointy, sharp pointy thing in there. I forgot what it's called. You know, the garbage picker uppers. You know, just get those and let's pick up some trash. Let's clean up this area. And it take a before and after pic. That's what we were doing. We take before and after pic, and man, it felt so good. It felt so good, and it cost us nothing. Nothing. And then while we're in those areas, it's like, hey man, let's go get some food. You know, so we go and contribute to one of the Black businesses down there if we can find it. You know, so that's something that you can do. There's something like small that you can give back, and people feel good about that. We did it like about 3 times. You know, and because of life kind of got away from us. We kind of forgot about doing that. But like I said, we're going to get back into doing that. But I'll never forget how happy those people were and how thankful they were that somebody cared enough, you know? And we can do that. We can all do that. We just need to start caring more. So that's why I'm saying let's not let Nipsey's death be in vain. So he took something that they used to punish them on their corner of I think Crenshaw and Slauson, and he bought that. And he was like, you know what? Let me flip this because I want it to be a place where my people can come and feel welcome. You know, and it's in their area anyway, so it's like I want them to feel welcome. So let's do that with our own stuff. Let's buy back our own properties, buy back places in our own hood, in our own communities, and put the time, put the love into it. And it's not going to be an overnight, you know, gratification. People aren't going to be coming out the woodworks. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, you the best person ever. That's not going to happen. Maybe for a few people, but for the majority, that's not going to happen. But once you just stay on the course, the marathon continues. It keeps going on. Stay on the course, and then somebody's going to see, like, hey man, I see what you're doing, and I appreciate what you're doing. Whatever that may be, whether that's, you know, buying some property, renovating that, and let's be smarter about it. Let's not get too far ahead of you know, just trying to do certain things that we're not necessarily ready for yet. Not saying don't do it, but just be smart. Let's try to be smart with how we make these moves. I'm speaking from experience because I tried to jump the gun on this business I tried to start, and now I owe money, which I should have just slowed my roll, you know, and just took my time. But I wanted it like tomorrow. I want something to happen tomorrow. I want something to happen next week. In a sense, basically, I was just trying to impress people, and who cares about impressing people? Just do what's right. Do what's right, and it'll come in its own time. You know, it'll come the time when it's supposed to come. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So let's all do what we're supposed to be doing. Let's work hard. Let's give back, and let's make Nipsey proud. Let's make Tupac proud. All these people we look up to. Let's make Malcolm X proud. Let's make Martin Luther King proud. Let's make all of these people who've given so much, even all the people who died before us. Let's make them proud, and let's make our children and our grandchildren and even our neighbors proud of us, our parents, grandparents, everybody. Let's make them all proud of what we're doing, because people might not understand the vision at first. The majority of them probably aren't, and that's okay. I'm telling you, it's fine. It's okay. God put the vision in you for a reason. He understands it, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be days where you're going to feel like quitting. It's natural. So even if you go to school, you're going after your degree. We tend to forget about these things. You know, it's easy to go after stuff where you have to trying to get validation from other people, but something that we really want for ourselves and it's new is scarier, and we take those rejections that much stronger. And it's like, no, just stay the course, and it'll pay off. Promise you. It might not be tomorrow, might not be next week, might not be next month, but just stay the course, and it's constantly, it's okay to go back and reevaluate. Let me try this. What about this? Let me do that, and ask people for help. Not asking everybody for help, because not everybody's going to help you too, but just stay focused, stay dedicated, stay on the path. The marathon continues. I want y'all to take that, really absorb that in your spirit, and think about, what can I do? If I were to die tomorrow, what have I done to give something back? So take that, pray on that, think on that, and let's get back hungrier. Let's get back stronger, with a renewed spirit, and let's make something happen. Let's change. Let's shake up the world. I want to shake up the world, man. I want to be like, wait, what happened to the? Let's scare some people. That's seriously. Let's scare some people, man. Let's make this thing happen. But also, I know I've been ranting for a while, but thank you for everybody. Just make sure you like this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you so much for following me in my first video as one of the new Fly Nubian Kings. I'm so glad to be a king and to come here to tell you about how to increase our Black community. I'm talking in my Wakandan voice, because Black Panther is about to be coming back soon. So I got to get back to Wakanda. Let's make our own Wakandas. Let's do that. So thank you all for real, seriously. Thank you all for listening. Just make sure that you guys are subscribing, and if you're beautiful women out there, make sure you subscribe to FlyNubianQueen.com for my big, strong, amazing, and beautiful men. Because we don't tell each other that. It's not in that kind of way. But beautiful men. You're beautiful. I want you to subscribe to FlyNubianKingTV.com. Let's build together. Let's make this happen. Let's help each other. Let's support each other. And steel yourself for those waves that's gonna come, because it's gonna come and test you. Once you start to do something great, all kind of things come to test you, but you have to stay the course. Stay the course. Keep your head low and keep pushing. We can make it. So thank you all. Be sure to follow me. I'm on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, at jtslimcutta.com. That's JTSLIMCUTTA. If you want to follow me on Facebook, I'm at John F. Thomas on Facebook. Same thing with YouTube. You can follow me there too. But yeah, Instagram, Twitter, same handle, at JTSLIMCUTTA. That's JT Slim Cutta. Follow me on there. You can shoot me a message if you like. I'll respond back. I'm not one of those people that's too bougie to talk to people. So I'll talk to you. Got a question? Holla at me. All right, but I gotta go. I got things to do. I'm starting to get hungry. And yeah, let's all make some things happen. Let's all go brainstorm and then come back tomorrow better, stronger than we were before. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next time. Peace.